raise your hand. Thanks for coming. It is mandatory, so I have to see you here. Sorry for being late. The day go place. Decided to forget my order. And that order takes about 45 minutes. So anyway, we'll get to the stuff in a second while I connect this, and I got a whole agenda and all that stuff. So we'll be out of here hopefully by 12:30, the latest, the absolute latest, so you can get home and get settled for the 1 o'clock games. So cool. Anyway, for some of you new members, this is the Port Jefferson Yacht Club. We're lucky that we've built a relationship over time, that they trust me and allow us to have use of the facilities here. We do pay them annually for that, but we do have a symbiotic relationship with them. So Port Jefferson Rowing Club and Port Jefferson Yacht Club are working together in that way. So we have access to the clubhouse. So if you have any events or you need to, you want a nice place to have an event for either your business or for personal reasons, you can talk to me. We'll have an arrangement about using the space. So it's a nice little space, great view. Probably better than Danfords at this point. So, yeah. Next is, if you want to pull the shades so we can get the view better, that'd be great. You can pay for that. Like step one, pull the shades. Yeah. Cool. Door's nice. Now you got the full. As you can see outside there, some of you the first time been up here, you've maybe been in this lot before, you've seen kids come back and forth. Would you put that network key in there? This card while I'm talking. So you have access to these chairs up here all the time as parents and our members. So you can park your car up here too. We'll give you a magnet that's kind of like your parking sticker, and that this allow you to be towed. So you can use all of the chairs and balcony up here to wait for your kids to finish, or if you have to do extra work or something like that, you can always hang out here. It's a little better than sitting in the car down there. So cool. So you have access to this. Also, as the fall goes on, you may have trouble parking down there because it might be a great day, or there's events going on, or a lot of things are happening. So if you feel that you want to park up here, also it's a little safer to park up here. My car got dented the other day, and so all that. So down there is a little bit of a free for all. So up here you have access to parking if it's open. So you're welcome to park up here. A little better view, and closer to the bathrooms, closer to the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi does reach to the parking lot, so if you want to park up here and use your laptop while you're waiting for your kids and so on and so forth, you can hang out up here, and the Wi-Fi does reach. So thank you, man. Okay. So you have an agenda for this. I'm not a technology person. This is the most I get. I did put a meeting agenda together because I'm prepared. I'll blow this up as much as I can. There we go. Good. Can everybody kind of see that? Awesome. All right, we'll go through it. Everyone's about 5 minutes long. Okay. So enough of the yacht club. Any questions about that? How that works? Any intricacies about how that works? Cool. And also, parents that have businesses and all stuff, you do have social rights here, so you can kind of collaborate and come to all the social events. So we'll send that out the calendars on what the social events are here too, if you need that for networking purposes and all stuff. So, all right, went over number one already. Perfect. Great. So number two, the Port Jefferson Rowing Club mission, vision, and goals. Okay, just to explain to you what this is. How many parents here are here for the first time? If you raise your hand, How many kids are here for the first time? All right, more? All right, good. All right, well, this is a very important document, so we're all on the same page what's going on here. You are in a rowing club. That might be new to you, and what that is versus just a rowing team, okay? High schools have rowing teams, this is a rowing club, big difference. It's beyond just the Blazers, of course. So, if you are here from Stony Brook School, you're lucky because the Stony Brook School forged a path to have rowing and does it through the Port Jefferson Rowing Club. So instead of building a program themselves, they outsourced it to us, and then we have a contract to provide the Stony Brook School with rowing. So Stony Brook School kids that have made the team are Port Jeff Rowing Club members for that season, and you enjoy the benefits of that as well. So the Stony Brook School is smart to do that, and that's kind of like the new path. You'll see like other high schools in the area, hopefully, we're always working with them, start to understand that too and how to do that. How to have access to sports that you don't need to necessarily fund through your your brick and mortar schools, like in the walls of Ward Melville and so on and so forth. You can outsource that, especially rowing, and we'll get to the logistics of rowing in a second and why it's complicated. So the mission. Just go through it really quick. As first, our biggest mission is the pursuit of excellence in the sport of rowing. Okay, so we want to be good at rowing. Wow. Now that doesn't mean winning. Okay, winning will be a byproduct of some people that are very talented, maybe genetically a little bit more gifted. But we are all training for the same pursuit. So if you get last place, but it was the best team is the best that we can put together based on preparation, based upon attendance, based upon mindset, based upon growth, totally. You're not gonna be able to control that. So maybe you're 13 years old going up to a 15-year-old or a 16-year-old, and they're 6'5" and you're 5'1". It's all good as long as you perform excellently, and we get that. That's what we need. Okay. So rowing is a big trial and tribulation sport. It is not for softer people. So if you're a little bit more into ping pong, there are programs for that. It's not here. Trials and tribulations, it means rowing is a hard sport. It's closer to wrestling than it is to sailing. Okay. So it requires a lot of physical acumen from someone, both masters and juniors. So what comes with that pursuit is development of stronger character. That's kind of our mission, is to build stronger character in kids. That means honor, respect. We'll go through the values in a second, and the value of hard work. The vision of Port Jeff Rowing Club is to be nationally recognized, which we are, but more and more. We want to impact in time about 100 kids per season and 50 masters per season. Right now we're right around 50 kids and right around 20 plus masters. So we have a lot of room to grow, but we're on the way. So it's really exciting. That's what we're trying to get to in the little beach spot that we have down there. Okay. Our code: each day a member athlete is required to pursue PJ's mission and vision. Wow, very exciting. Okay, and that just means pursuit of excellence and growing. Okay, our values are sense of urgency for the work, which is another way to say purpose. Okay, professional staff conduct, so making sure that you're in a comfortable and your child's in a safe environment. Fun is a value. That means bantering, understanding the difference between. We value bantering and teasing and joking and the lightheartedness, and understanding the line between that and bullying and abusing. Okay, the fine line sometimes, but that is something I'm very, very passionate about. Is knowing that kids can understand and learn how to, mess around with each other without it being something you take personally and something that you always have to be super concerned about. Okay, so we want to develop people that have a hard skin and are able to take, some bantering from their other club members and coaches. So, growth, obviously being willing to grow. All right, value of ours is challenging the status quo. So paving your own way, teaching kids to be ambitious and understanding their own role, and being self-reliant, making sure that they are being told to fix things themselves, understand how to fix things, and not rely on the coaches so much. So paving their own way, meaning understanding how to be safe and self-reliant. Okay, all that. Now we got the easy stuff out of the way. Any questions about the mission, values, or whatever it is? Mission, vision, code, and values. Anybody else? All right, let's put it into words. Friends of the Port Jefferson Rowing Club. So Port Jefferson Rowing Club is a for-profit entity. Friends of the Port Jefferson Rowing Club is a non-profit entity. So we have a 501(c) that is eligible to take both donations of time, money, and assets. So if you are someone that comes from or knows someone that needs those tax breaks, or knows someone or would like to contribute to what we're trying to do down here, that is how you would go through that. Okay, so those are all ways to get tax breaks, and it's a nonprofit that accepts those philanthropies. So very exciting. The reason why we have a Friends too is accept that. A lot of parents over the years have been very generous to help us support certain boats that we want to buy, certain pieces of equipment, certain goals that we have, funding certain things too that we want to go on trips or go into certain regattas that are a lot more money and so on and so forth. So we have the Friends to be able to accept that. Stony Brook School is a nonprofit entity, so the way that we have a relationship with that is through the Friends, and the way that we have a relationship with Port Jefferson Yacht Club is through the Friends. So as nonprofits are not allowed to have for-profit businesses on their property or operating as such. So that's why we have a nonprofit side. And it's very important that we do that so we can make purchases, large purchases, without paying a large tax bill. Okay, so great. Any questions about that? Okay, Friends is going to come approach me if you have that. If you want to learn more about how to be involved with Friends, that's great. Friends also helps us with the regattas and so on and so forth. Okay. Number 4 is coaches' introductions and roles. I'll just introduce the other coaches on staff. So I'm technically the head coach. I don't really like labels. I'm James. We all kind of contribute in our ways. So I'm James, Anna, Misha, and Phil. Okay. So again, I'll just say to them, I'll let them talk for a second, very quickly. I don't like to do head coach, assistant coach, that thing, this thing, or director of that, or I don't like labels. I think it's corporate jargon. I think it's BS. So I'm James. I coach kids, and I like to do that. And masters, and I like to make people fast. I could be brash and direct. I could be rude, but I could also be funny and engaging. I could also be passionate, but also I could be a little bit rough. So that's me. My life goal is to make people go really, really fast in rowing and to build a rowing club. Anna.
Hi, I'm Anna, and I am a 4-year rower. In college, I started rowing when I tore my ACL and couldn't do other sports, and I fell in love with rowing as a walk-on at Dartmouth and rowed all 4 years, and just came back to teaching at the Stony Brook School and started coaching soccer and basketball, and then thought it'd be really amazing to bring rowing to Stony Brook, and Port Jeff Rowing Club made that happen. So we're indebted to them for that. But my mission is really to help kids to engage in the sport in a way that helps them to use it beyond just now and getting into college, but to strengthen their character and to enrich their bonds with their teammates and to get fulfillment out of the sport. And also I'm here to help troubleshoot issues and train kids in organization and planning and communication with just help them to understand how the system works and to help things run smoothly.
She's a good cop. And she also, Anna's very good at safety. She's like the big safety person. She like reminds us all about safety, and the conditions are in James's world appropriate. They're not necessarily appropriate in Anna's world, and that's good. It keeps us grounded. It keeps us trying to find the middle between being aggressive in the pursuit of our goals and Anna bring us a reality of this process that it takes. So that's Misha.
Misha, my full name is Miroslav. I started rowing when I Serbia. I was at the time Yugoslavian national team for 5 years. I competed in 3 world championships. I won one when I was 15. Then I started coaching. I coached from every level, from high school, club, collegiate, and been coaching in the U.S. for past 15 years or so. So I'm passionate about coaching because I know what rowing gave to me and what I would like to teach through rowing to kids that they can use, not in everyday life, at job, at school, because I think this sport it's very unique in many ways. And I'm here to help all of us, James, to grow this club and to, as he said, to make it even more nationally competitive as we are. So looking forward to work with all of you, and if you want to talk to me at any time, you're always welcome to reach out. Thank you.
I'm Coach Phil, and I started rowing in college, University of Pennsylvania. I was unofficial captain of that team, and I fell in love with the sport. I like dogs. That was planned, and
Hey, puppy. Okay. All good. Good visitor. All dogs are welcome all the time. Check my dog cam.
that is actually pretty well
My
planned.
dog can't see how my dog's going.
You will often, this is one of the few beaches that allows dogs. You will often see me
Oh, yeah.
in between kids. I'll be playing with a dog. So that's pretty appropriate. After college, I did row for a little while. In college, I swept. For those who don't know, I did sweeping one oar only. And then many years later, I started sculling, which is 2 oars, and I felt like I was starting the sport from scratch all over again. It is important that Port Jefferson is strictly or predominantly sculling, so 2 oars, and you're very lucky about that because that's what kids should be doing. You should be learning with sculling with 2 oars from the beginning. It's a lot easier to go then into college and learn to row with 1 oar. That's an easy transition. Anyway, so I joined the Port Jefferson Rowing Club as a parent first. My daughter is here. I have a son who also was part of the club, and he's in college now, so he had to leave. I then moved on to be a master, which is a nice way to call old people. We're the guys who would like to keep on rowing even though we're not as young. I did that in the winter, and then I started assisting back in the spring when we had a lot of competitions as a parent slash coach in training. So I don't have the same experience as they do in coaching, but I'm very passionate about it, and I focus mainly on the beginner kids, and not kids, adults as well. One of my big kids is back there in the corner. And I really like to focus on that first stage. The learning curve is very steep. It's not easy. You get on that boat the first day, if you know, because you did it in the last week or 2. It's a little unnerving, and I'm very patient, and I like to really take time in getting those basics down so you can become better and then move on to the more advanced coaches that will make you faster.
Absolutely. The 3 of them are exactly the opposite of me, which is what we need. Yeah, I like try to get the Formula One car to get a couple seconds, and they're like teaching the first go-karting, to jump there. So all good. Require different personalities. I can also be nice. I can be. Yeah, I can be nice. Anyway, yes, cool. I coached too. I walked on Rutgers, and then I coached at Harvard. Qualities of a PJRC athlete. You guys all got that document, right? All right. Just read that. Cool. We'll send it to you again on Sports U, but that's important. So we'll actually we'll go through it. Can't spell. What's going on? it on Sports U Docs, so you can read it and not have to squint here. But very important things. Okay, now these things are easy to say, might come off as like jargon or like, rah-rah, or like just, kind of stuff that you hear all the time, but it's really important to us because we've had experience now where we've taught kids certain values and they haven't returned to us, or we haven't returned to them. So it's a living, breathing document that we're all trying to work together and build stronger relationships. So this is for parents too, okay? So it's just what we're trying to build in this community that we're building, and it's important that these kind of things come in. So team first, it's obviously easy to say that, and a lot of people come here for their own reasons, which is good. So you enter the club for your own reasons, whether it be social, getting stronger, interest in rowing, or whatever it is. That's like something that you come in from like your own interest. And then we want to morph you into understanding that hopefully that the way that you enjoy yourself more in this world is by working with others and putting others first. So team first. And we live in an environment today in 2024 where the individual is key. All that, it's a me environment for sure. And a lot of you guys are subject to that in your medias and schools and so on and so forth. Whereas here it's come completely opposite, and it's kind of a shock to some. So there's no Nike contract at the end of this. You're doing this kind of either for the team, maybe for your own college recruiting if you're lucky enough. But this for a lot of you will be enrichment and building this environment for yourself. So anyway, you can go through these together, but there's kind of buzzwords that are there. But I'll go with the big goals. So team first, okay? And that means that if you have to leave the club for any reasons, that you communicate with us, you put the team first, that you talk to your buddies about missing practice if you need to, or, we'll go through the Google Sheet in a second, but just be communicating with the rest of your team and not operating in a silo, right? Turns out the world doesn't revolve around you. It revolves around the Port Jefferson Rowing Club. Okay? Growth mindset, okay? Growing, okay? Just being someone who is able to grow, okay? And growing is the positive word, but obviously there's a lot of challenges that come with that, and that is what we're excited to work with in rowing. Whoops, I don't even know what this is. Yeah, okay. All right, great. Nice little label, blah, 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 blah. Cool. Awesome. So I'll send this to you. Okay, it is an important document. I'm not trying to make light of it, but a lot goes into it. It's kind of important stages. Cool. All right, back to the good stuff. Code of conduct. This is the really fun one. This is the one that Anna really likes. Right on. Yay. Okay. So there you go. Okay, ethical foundations. We'll send this to you again so you can read. Coach, parents, and athletes have tremendous influence in the development of athletes. Should never place the value of winning above the value of instilling a high ideal of character. Boom, that's a good one. I really like the one. Okay? Winning is a byproduct of being a good person and not being an idiot. Cheers. Right? Winning is about consistency and not being an idiot. Okay. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is a big deal for us. Okay? But I don't like to say it. So it is diversity, equity, and inclusion happens. If you don't talk about it. If you talk about it, you're not doing it. So we'll move on. Okay? You follow me? We're gonna push DEI. Yeah, shut up. I'm saying, you just are, you are, right? Cool. And also, we give everybody the same shot. If you got one arm, but you're faster than someone's got two arms, and you're rowing, you're in the race, something like that. Okay. Cool. So, coaches just strive to set an example of the highest ethical and moral conduct in all contact with athletes. Okay, great. And now, they're very good at this. I'm learning. But I am learning the line between that because I'm a very passionate person and I'm extremely interested in getting better at it. So we have 3 coaches here to balance that out, and I'm excited about that. But ethics athletics is important to us, and we're very aware that we want to create a safe environment for everybody. Being part of a team is a foundation to rolling athletics as a whole. Okay? Blah, 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 blah. Here's one. Now, the code. So, everybody should be. If you're not, this is why I wrapped the meeting. If you're not, that's okay. You don't need to be on board. A lot of this is new information. If you're not on board, like totally cool, like totally fine. It's not perfect. Could you guys just nod? That'd be great. Cool. All right. So, conduct that results in harm, potential for harm, or immediate threat of harm, bullying, cyberbullying, hazing, all that stuff. It's not taught. Okay. We have a nice organization called Safe Sport, and that is there for you to anonymously say that stuff, so you can report things that are going on with you with another person or a coach or something like that. And that organization does a good job of being in touch with us if someone feels that way. We have our own internal system too, and we'll go over that in a second. You might have seen that, but so okay. But we do feel that there is a significant difference between bullying and learning. It's kids learning how to have open dialogue with their peers, having fun, and learning how to not take things personally. Very good. Okay? If you learn how to not take things personally, that's a huge skill that I really like in this world. Okay? Okay, all athletes represent PGRC or SBS at all times. Okay, great. Meaning that you can't go to regatta and represent someone else. Wow, great, interesting. Good sportsmanship. Okay, you'll get used to these as we go. Okay, you go to the substances at a time. Okay, you'll get this. Okay, you guys can get this and see this. Just don't do dumb things. Okay. Okay, this is really cool. The email's changed. I'll send that out. The email has changed, but there is an internal system we have. There's a form where you can, if you have a grievance, like let's say Coach James said you're very slow and you took it personally, which is okay, and you want to not tell Coach James, you can either talk to a coach or you can file a form that allows an anonymous member to review and talk to me about it, so that if you feel like someone's not approachable or you feel, intimidated by that, okay? So this conduct will be determined by our committee, which is not me, which is great. So we have a committee that meets a master's member, good standing, that determines what the violation is and how we move forward. And it's not me or the coaches, because we're not involved in that. So there's like an outsider there. Okay, cool. That's important because we should all feel very safe in this environment. Okay. Also, since we're passionate about an environment where kids are having fun, there is a lightness to it. Lightness for the work is really important. Not being so serious while being really, really good is what we're trying to achieve. So really having a good time, being able to run down to the beach because you're so excited to have practice, but also being really dominant in our sport. That's like awesome, okay? And we're doing that. But that takes some ups and downs. And then our environment is such where, again, learning to banter, tease, have fun, have a really close relationship with your teammates where you feel, okay, let's say Yuchen and Sullivan, they're racing each other and Yuchen said something to Sullivan, like he's learned how to not take that personally, he fires back at Yuchen, something like, again, lighthearted and that. There's a big line between that and bullying, which I think is really important for us to help teach and communicate, which I think is not being done a lot in the schools environment. Okay, cool. Any questions? Okay. Good question. Okay. All right. 2024 results review. Okay, really simple question for a minute. I won't go through it, but we have evidence for all this stuff and all this stuff. So, 2024, we're really excited. In June, we're at the Youth National Championships. You have to go to the New York State Championship to qualify. We qualified a bunch of boats. I forgot what the number was. Remember we qualified? 15, 20, something like that. 12? 12, okay. Okay, we qualified 12. Top 3 in the state, New York State, gets to go to the Youth Nationals, so we were top 3 in 12 categories, which is really great. We brought 4 boats. We brought 4 boats because we decided there was some standard we wanted to set to going that far, which is Florida. next, there's a financial burden to that we don't want to take on, or parents don't want to take on unless, we're really sure that crew will do well. Okay, in the past, we've kind of taken anybody who's qualified, but there's a big gap between New York State Championship and the Youth Nationals. I think you know that. So, anyway, we were really excited because actually our club performed the best in New York State across. Sorry, Row America Rise. What am I saying? Other than Row America Ride, which will be an asterisk in the future, they're a big club. They're in Rye, New York, so all their parents go to the city or super wealthy. We were Sculling clubs. We were the top club in New York State. That includes our biggest rival, Oakneck and Oyster Bay, Long Island Rowing Club, Port Washington, any of the upstate schools. We finished ahead of all of them, and we have a couple racks on the beach. Our friends over in Oyster Bay, they do great work, but they have access to a lot more resources. We'll say it that way. And their kids have access to a lot more resources. The socioeconomic situation around that Locust Valley, Gold Coast area is a little bit different than kind of our kind of humble Suffolk County, humble in relation to that. So we're a little bit more of like a down-to-earth club. Even though this place get political. Who cares? All right. So we got 4 A finals. So that means we had 4. Were there 8 crews in the final or 7? 8. So we had 4 crews. We had the girls quad, girls U15 quad, boys double, boys U17 single, and girls varsity or youth double. So varsity double, varsity double on both sides, girls and boys. Under 17 single, novice essentially girls, and we had what am I missing? That's it, right? And what? Yeah. So those all made the A final, which is top 8 in the United States. There's 52 states now. Is there more? I don't know. I don't read the news. Have we added any? Have we lost it? No, it's like the other ones. The other ones that you say. I mean, is Alaska still a thing? I don't know. I don't really travel much outside of here. I do. What were you, U.S. guy? Yeah. So 52 states confirmed. And how many? I thought we had more.
Are you adding in Puerto Rico and DC plus the states?
Go off. Go ahead.
I think that's what you're doing. 50 states plus Puerto Rico
or 52.
and DC.
Commonwealth and district.
Yeah. All right. Whatever. I'm not a geography guy. Okay. I coached at Harvard.
Coach Michael Jordan.
Yeah. All right. C's get degrees. All right. So we got top 8, and a lot of crews had the potential or did extremely well themselves. So I don't know if we're finishing. The girls probably got 5th. Is that right? 4th. So the girls got number 4 in the United States of America, which is the greatest country of all time. It's not close. And then 2 is, I just love saying, United States of America. It's the best. Right? Anyway, we'll just give you chills. Yeah. So number 2 is our double. Our girls double got 6th. Boys double was set up. Boys double are just, we got 2 guys that came from, one's from Italy, but some story. Like this stupid little beach here, not stupid, but Dog Beach where, you know what I'm saying? But this little corner of, just think about it in that relation. I love it. So this little corner here, right? With the ferries going by every day and boat traffic and, this and that. And at the end of the day, we had 2 guys that had the best time in the regatta of doubles in the entire United States. The A final, there were some mechanical issues. Andy jumped the seat. That's what it is. Shit happens. That was a big shit happens moment. Like we all went back to the Airbnb. It was like, all right. Punch something you could. You know what I'm saying? We were very, very. Imagine going all the way to Florida house. But we were we crushed it. Great time trial. Semi-final, we crushed everybody by curvature of the earth. It was amazing. We were way ahead. We looked better than everybody else. were swaggering, and then you know, the old shit happens. Right? It's all right. It's all right. Back to redemption. More on that. It should happen again. That's what it's for. So we had the fastest time. So you're all here. It's like a little small setup. You don't love, but there are grandiose plans and grandiose things going on. That little corner of the beach, we had 2 racks before. Now we have 3. We're gonna have a 4th soon, but we have what? I have 4 racks.
No?
3. You can't count.
3
You
racks.
can't count. Yeah.
Kayaks don't count.
Did you watch Sesame Street?
You have 6 on both sides.
2, right? Like count chocolate, count chocolate, 1 chocolate, count chocolate. Is that Sesame Street?
No, that's just the counts.
Okay. Oh, the blue guy. The cookie man. I
3 racks.
Okay. Have you ever heard the Chuckawamba song, Do You Suffer From Short-Term Memory Loss? I can't remember. That's me. Anyway, being blonde is a real thing. Start losing. Confirm. Like you and me. You can't count. I can't understand Sesame Street stuff. Anyway, cool. Where were we at? Okay, the beach. 3 racks. At the time, there's 2 racks. And again, for us to make that statement and do that well is great. Now, every single person started rowing here. Okay? They started from Anna or Misha wasn't quite here yet. He started, May. So it was like Anna or me at the time, right? Chris too at the time, but like essentially Anna and me, like everybody started not knowing what rowing was. And Andrew was in the boat. He started 1 year ago. And then Andrew and I got back in July. We were at trials in July. Was it July. We went to World Championship trials, and shit happened again. Yeah, it's okay. Anyway, but we were going to do well. We were at the World Championship trials. So so you may be being like, oh wow, you know, like someone who just is here from SPS that literally found out about rowing yesterday. You may be like, wow, and 99% of people don't get to that, and you might be, and this will help you in other ways in enrichment. But you do have the resources and the assets here to do that, you know, if you like, you know. So we have the boats, you know. So the 4 boats that we had were doing that at Youth Nationals. Like, they're not Empakers, they're not Filippi's, they're not fancy, but they work. And it's obviously about the horse, okay? We had a boat that was broken in half, and it was the top boat, right? The silver boat, right? So, it's not about that, okay? So if other clubs try to, you know, show you all their fancy things, it's good sales, but it's not actually true. All right? So, like a BMW Mercedes is in the shop more than a Honda. I know that for a fact, right? Cool. So let's go over the fall schedule. Get you out of here soon, 11:50. Okay, get you out of here soon. Fall schedule. Google sheet. Who's seen this? How you have you seen this? All right, we'll take a look. Let's get some water. Okay. What's up? Okay. All right. So Google sheet. Great. So the 5:30 a.m. Okay, I just want to let you know that is to prepare for regatta's. So the week before, like, let's say the Charles, or the week before, like, Riverfront, or something like that. That, again, optional. We'll go over these 2 words, optional and mandatory, for 2 seconds. I'll just show you the definition of those. Let's reiterate. So optional means you don't have to. Okay. So 5:30 to 7. Okay. We did that a lot in the spring. We had a really good group come. The water was really nice. In the fall, it starts getting pretty sketchy with the wind. And we like to do the mornings because the wind is really good. The water temperature is really nice in the fall throughout. So even though the air temperature is a lot less, over time it could be 40-something degrees or 50, and we'll still go out because the water temperature is still there for us, which is really nice. That reverse happens in the spring, where we really can't row anything less than a quad for a while, because the air temperature, we could have a nice choice day, 60 degrees in March, but that water temperature is still in the 30s, and it's just not conducive to a safe environment. So the fall, though, you'll see that we'll row, it starts getting dark, but we'll row at bow lights with the masters, we'll row at bow lights with the kids, we'll be out there still till 6:30, and then be closer to dark by 5:30, which we lose the daylight savings in November, or whatever, right? Is that something, that's still a thing? Did we vote that out, or something, that Arizona or something like that, Texas? One of the stars? Okay. Did we vote that out? Is that beneficial to anybody?
Some states did, but.
All right, are we allowed to get rid of that? Do we want that in general? Does everybody like that? Should I talk to the village? Okay, so optional. All right, so 5:30 to 7, very cool time. Okay, again, go out there in the dark, but you get in there nice night of some kids will say, truthfully, and not just trying to get people to go to mornings, but some people will say that will help the rest of their day. Truthfully. Okay, some people will say that they like the mornings, and that'll help the rest of the day. Now, again, some people start school at whatever, all on. This is usually for a smaller group that is really going after it, that really wants to do that, those regattas, really perform at a high level. Like they're going to Riverfront, and they're in the, women's U17 double, and they're like, okay, or U15 double, whatever, and they're like, yeah, we have a chance to do well here. Let's clean this up a little bit, and it gives me a chance to do a little bit more one-on-ones and really tighten the screws on some performance. So, Andrew, would you say that the mornings were helpful leading up to states and youths? Yeah. Okay. Who else here was in the mornings? Tommy. Yeah. Yeah. Would you say it was helpful?
Yeah.
Would you like the water? Nice. Okay. Cool. Awesome. And from SBS, I was giving rides and stuff. I'm not sure if I'm legally allowed to do that. Anna says I can, but I'm doing it anyway. All that. Cool. Masters, 7 a.m. to 9:30. Again, that's available to you as a group session. Won't always be coached, but we can get that done enough. Come consistently. We're not going to come down for one or two people, but if there's enough group there, we'll get it done again. And again, Masters leading up to regatta, 7 a.m. to 9:30. We want to be out there with you to get ready. Okay, Masters are treated the same as juniors here. Masters are adult rowing. They still continue to call them Masters for some reason. They're not mastering anything really, but they're adults. So all that. Some of them are no. Anyway. Cool. Got it? All right. So moving on to the schedule. Schedule times. We saw this Google sheet. Okay, we saw this Google sheet. Who saw this? Raise your hand if you've seen this. Okay, raise your hand if you know what it is, or do you know how to fill it out. Okay, cool. Drop down menu. One thing I didn't even know was this in out. You can actually just write over it. Write your time.
You can write over any of them.
You can write over it. Rich, I'm assuming you built this.
There's a team effort.
Okay, because you're like a logistics guy. Rich sees my Google sheets in logistics class. It's like his life is like making things go simpler. My life's making things go complicated. So fancy, I didn't do any of this. Anna and Rich did, which is nice. We'll go see my Google sheet in a second. So Bodings and Lennox, we'll see this is theirs. See the difference. So cool. So fill that out. If you don't fill it out, that's not good. Cool. Fill it out by noon every day, okay? Ideally, you do it for the week in advance. Hopefully, you know your schedule for the week in advance. Things come up, okay? Like I said, the rogue teacher pulls you out and says you need extra help, or whatever it is, or it says last minute tests and the teachers don't communicate with each other and blah blah. Okay, love teachers, love schools, I promise. Okay, and then 2 is maybe you got sick last minute and whatever happens. Okay, cool. Things happen. Now, if something's happened last minute after 12, just shoot us a text. Okay, if you're not comfortable texting me, text Honor or be sure Phil and let us know. They'll text me, whatever it is. Okay, or email if all that. Any kid that's like 16 or over should be texting me themselves, like you're starting to get towards adulthood there. So, if you have a permit, you can text your coach about being sick. You follow me? If you drive a car. If you're driving a car by yourself, you're like an adult, all right? So you're not getting a job for these fees too, and then, if you're 15 or under, don't text me. I don't want to hear from you. Have your parent text me. All right, cool. Or if you're comfortable Well, they do, but like, you know, I'm saying 15. Cool, I understand that, do we all agree? Like, if you get behind cars, you know, texting people and all that stuff, right?
James, can I make one comment?
Yes, you can.
There is a tally on the side of overall, we're just in the interest of supporting kids who are really making that effort to see, we know that kids get like the sickness they're fighting through, but we really wanna honor, and I have 3 pieces of really nice merch to give to the top 3 attendants for the, I did talk to you about that, but it's like a really nice Port Jeff jacket, a uni, Port Jeff uni, and some
Oh,
trout.
expensive stuff.
And so the top 3 attendants from this semester or the season, we wanna honor you with that, so there's a fun perk.
Nice, cool.
But if you think something's wrong with that attendance tally, please email me about it. Because I'm keeping track, so you guys can just.
Just
see
email, no
where-
text, just email them. All right, so, that's great, it gets into like what the attendance thing is about. Now, this is a little bit different than some sports, okay? This is a club, so Monday through Friday, you have the freedom, if you need to go OIO, that means on your own, okay? On your own just means set me your workout, like, you gotta work out every day, okay? If you're in a performance run club, you gotta work out every day, okay? Novices have to be here 3 days a week, that's it. Plus, over that, we love that. We love to see it. But you should be working out every day. You know, you should be working out every day. So, novices, like I say, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for example. Okay, but one of the days, you know, you want to go extra, that's cool too. Okay, so novices have to be here 3 days a week. No OIO with that or something like that. That's getting them acquainted to consistency and responsibility. Okay, not 2 days, it's 3. Okay, and if the second it's not 3 days, do have to have a conversation about that, okay? It's gotta be 3, okay? Vacations, all this stuff, communication is key. Valid communication, there's gray areas, it's not so cut and dry, absolutely. I'm a very, empathetic, is that the word? No, I'm an empathetic person, I guess.
I think for Stony Brook students, if they want varsity credit, it would be like a 5-day.
Yeah.
5-day just.
So SBS, or anybody too, we try to have those rules together. SBS, no, 5 days is what's needed. 6 days is really what's needed for non-novices. So that's why there's a mandatory setting there. So Saturdays are mandatory for all non-novice and non-boarder kids. Okay, so if you're boarding and you got like something, you know, whatever it is, like, okay, like, we understand there's a logistics thing there and you got to do other things and so on and so forth. Okay, you know, whatever. And if you are not a novice, meaning you've rode 1 season, okay? If you have not, if you've rode 1 season and you're still here, you have to be here on Saturdays, okay? Now, Saturdays is a time sometimes where you know the parents are off work and you gotta go this way and that way. It's cool. Like just, it cannot be Friday saying, oh, Wes can't be here tomorrow, or whatever it is. Okay, you follow me? It's got to be like communicating. It's like, for instance, if you have to miss a Saturday, like in 2 weeks, we should be talking about now, and just lay it on that. Okay, cool. The Saturdays are mandatory. It's a really, really, really important day, like yesterday, because we do learn a lot on Saturdays as a capstone to the ideas that we give out during the week. So during the week, you've got SBS bus coming in, rolling at 3:55. You got all the Port Jeff rowing kids coming in at 3:30. You have the coaches filling up, and it's just commotion to get 50 kids on the water and trained properly. And a lot of times the SBS, they have things and family dinner or something like that, so it's like we gotta be on the bus. So we have a short time horizon, 90 minutes the most, to get a high performance club out there, okay? And more importantly, work with high performance kids that need that value while bringing the novices up to the learner row up to a very good value too. We can't just like leave kids alone. And there's a safety thing out there too. So that's why Saturday's important, because we can relax. It's 10:30, it's not 5 a.m., it's later. It's before the football games, like 10:30 to 1, so you're missing an hour of the college games, okay, whatever. And if you need to be home for 12 because you're like a 38 fan, okay, I get it, we can talk about it, all right? You really like that, for sure. But Saturdays is a nice capstone for the week. It really gives me a chance to cap on some of the ideas that I had for kids through the week, and I'll find. Anybody here think Saturdays are productive? Okay, right. All right, cool. Saturdays are mandatory. During the week, okay, not mandatory. So again, this is why I give the flexibility. As the kids work week, essentially, which they get up at 6 and then go to school and homework and all this stuff, and there's these classes and teachers don't communicate with each other. They have workloads like this big, and they're in AP this, AP that, you know, and this and that, you know, no sleep, plus social stuff. Listen, if you gotta go OYO on a Thursday because you got a math test on Friday and your physics teacher didn't talk to the math teacher and they gave you like this lab to do like the next day, or you know what I'm talking about, like this 3-hour things, whatever it is, go OYO. Yeah. OYO. Hey, have lab tomorrow. Teacher, not cool. Semicolon. We'll do 30 minutes on the herd or something. You know, so I like teachers. I like teachers. Going on the bus a lot. I like it. Cool. Something like that. Okay. So again, just set us a workout. Got a workout. Cool. Do we understand the Google Sheet? Does anybody have any questions or objections?
Just a comment, I don't know, just in case it wasn't clear enough. The importance of filling at the latest by noon, because mainly coaching, the coaching staff, mainly coaching has to put the most together for that day. If somebody doesn't fill it out, or it's incorrect that didn't change it, then we arrive at the beach and we have to start juggling kids around between boats, and that's a logistical nightmare. So that is
Here's the voting lineup sheet. This is my Google Sheet, which is a lot less impressive. Okay. It's all times in the movement or aerial, you know. Size 12 or whatever it is.
I have a question about the Google Sheets.
So you see this? Look, you see all these votes we gotta fill out every day? So just an idea. Cherry. Sherry. Is Sherry spelled Cherry?
You know about
The Chesapeake.
the word.
Yeah. Would this be correct?
Cherry.
How do we distinguish sherry and cherry? on like the vitamin. This is the obfuscating term. All right, so look, so here's an idea. So let's just say, who wants to get thrown on the bus here? Chen. Chen. Just an example. And Sullivan, just to throw them both, but not example. All right, here's a great Chen and Sullivan. I put them in a Navy double. That's 2 people. Now this Navy double is a certain size boat that is appropriate for these kids. Not terribly appropriate to go on other boats, but they can do it. And so all these boats have weight limits, and there are certain stability options for them too, for beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Certain shoe sizes in these boats too. So, and we have to match the oars with them. So we have to put the oars, the correct oars, and the oars have different lengths and so on and so forth. So, of course, so like there are up to there's a lot of logistics per boat. So imagine it's 3:30 at the beach, and you have 50 kids there, and then we got Yuchen an example only. Okay, Yuchen said okay on the sheet, but he's not here, and Sullivan's like, I don't got a partner now, you know. But there's no more singles left. This whole thing is filled out, you know. So it's like a wake effect. It affects a lot of things. It affects like a lot of different things. Okay, and we use almost all the boats every day. Okay. All right, regattas, quick, and then we're almost out of here. Okay. Any questions about the voting lineups? Okay, it's filled out every day by like 2 o'clock. Go ahead.
So my question is this: I tried filling out the sheet. It doesn't seem to be a way, unless I can't find it, to indicate morning or afternoon, morning or evening. Like I was trying to fill out, yes, I'll do Monday morning, but I'm not
Yeah,
doing
just put
Monday
AM.
evening.
You can put
Yeah,
AM.
you can say.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
still calculates? Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I don't think master's attendance is calculating unless you want to.
Okay, so here's
Yes.
the regattas.
Go.
Okay, regattas, head of the riverfront, okay, mandatory for all, if you're selected, okay, so, head of the riverfront's very novice friendly, so it's Hartford, Connecticut, October 6th, we're gonna practice on October 5th, so, of these regattas, we get there the day before, we're gonna get practice. Hartford, Connecticut, you know, all these places have hotels that are reasonably priced. Hotels are on you guys, some people have points and they have certain, you know, levels of interest that are for them. I prefer staying in the Holiday Home too. Like, you know, whatever it is, but, you know, different strokes for different folks. So, Stony Brook School sets it all up for you, which is nice. Anna gets some really, really high quality hotels like the Ben Roof Inn, super high quality and awesome. So she gets the luxury stuff, and then, yeah. I pitch a tent outside. So I was looking at RVs. Go down, like, if you go on Facebook Marketplace, like RVs, it's a big rabbit hole. You know? Big rabbit hole. Anyways. I'd be sick if the trailer is pulled by an RV. Just stay in RVs. They're like so much fun. Anyway, what do you say to me? Okay, head of the queue, we call it head of the queue because I cannot pronounce that at all. Select Kids, head of the queue's in Boston. October is the month, okay? Everything else is outside of October, which is helpful, okay? So if you've got October plans, cancel them. Head of the Charles, Select. Head of the Charles is nice, we have 9 entries confirmed, which is the most we've ever had. That means they like us, which is good. I don't know why, but they do. Anyway. But we've got 9 entries. Head of the Charles is a big deal. That's like the national championship of the fall, essentially. And Head of the Fish, which is in Saratoga. So if you're a novice, you should be concerned with Head of the Riverfront and Head of the Fish. Those are the two that you will either go to or be in selection for. Okay? You may not get selected, but we want to try to get you there. Okay? We do not want to put you on the race course if you're unprepared. That's essentially it. Okay? So I don't want to promise everybody because we want to put you in a good position. Okay? We want to make sure you have a good time. It sucks to drive home from Saratoga in last place. I'll tell you that. Okay? You follow me? It sucks to drive home from Connecticut, getting dead last by Kirkwood there. Okay? Not great. Okay? We want to win. Okay? So, like just the goals, we want to win all these. All right, great. Cool. All right, so you always go the day before. So just get used to going the day before. We rigged the trailer. The trailer will go in for a second, but like example, Hartford, Connecticut, if it's on October 6th, we will practice on, here's the calendar, Nancy. Okay, October 6th, we'll practice on Saturday the 5th, okay? That means we will load the trailer on Friday the 4th. Okay? We always have that load travel day. Okay, so Saturday we travel, Friday the 4th we load. Now what does loading mean? The whole practice, we don't go in the water, the whole practice from 3:30 to 4 o'clock to 6 or 6:30 or 7 is loading the trailer. Okay, we have to put like 25 boats up there or 20 boats up there, and it takes a while. Okay, so loading the trailer. Loading the trailer is mandatory, okay? You cannot not load the trailer. And then you have to be at the regatta to load the trailer as well. Cool? Now, if you've got some sort of really extreme circumstance where you have like a wedding you have to get to or something really crazy, just communicate with us and we'll be open to it. Okay? Like I'm not going to be so strict about it. Cool? But essentially, help load the trailer and help load the trailer. Okay? And come to the practice to rig no matter what size or level you are. Okay? Because practicing the course is really important and it helps you get better. Okay? Get used to it. Do you have any comments about that? Did I miss anything about loading the trailer? Okay? Cool. Nice. We've gotten better at it. So loading trailers is tough, but it's good. All right, last thing I think, right, 1209. Good here. I think we are good. Expectations, win everything. Okay. Selection process. Great. Selection process. October 6th is Riverfront. That means that you will know what boat you are in, ideally. Again, this is all kind of dynamic. You'll know what boat you're rowing in by the 23rd of September. Okay, you pretty much know. Okay, you know, like, oh, I'm going to double and a single, or I'm going to double. You know, we try to get everybody to race twice. The head races are 4 or 5K, so maybe once if we're going for quality control. If I feel a boat can do really well, but that they have like an event before and that would juice their legs, we're not going to do that. So that's okay. It's dynamic. Okay. Selection process is this. We do an erg. Okay. Every month we do a 2K. Simple as that. Okay. We do a 2K. We give you a range of times to do it. We do it. We have a day where we do it all. Okay. We don't do 5Ks. Okay. 2K because you guys submit to college too. Okay. So there's a lot of people who apply to college in September and October. You guys submit a 2K score. Okay. 2K, 2K, 2K. The fall season is not preparing you for 2K, but it might get your endurance up where if you're an endurance athlete, your 2K would improve. Okay? And a lot of times it's really beneficial. We have found that most people, including masters, 2K scores get better in the fall. You're best with the fall, right? Was it there something? All right, anyway. So 2Ks each month. Very important. Rowing is also a sport where there is no bias whatsoever. okay? No bias. So you can be 5'1" and pull a great erg score, weight adjusted, and be voted over 6'5", 6'6", like, 230 pound, 35-year-old, perfect guy. You know what I'm saying? So that, got it? Exactly. So 2K, we'll announce the 2K, but again, each month, September, October, November, 2K score. If you want to move up, do better on the 2K. Cool. And then the 2K score gives us the ability to show where you're at in relation to the people that are in your group. So if, are you Andy? You're Andy. What's up, Andy? So if Andy's new, right? Like, he's not going to be racing on the water against Andrew Smith, right? You can't seat race those guys. So the people around Andy's erg score, for example, Nick, right? If they're within 10, 20 seconds of each other, again, that's dynamic. We don't set that line, but if they're within each other, they're going to race each other in the water to determine who's the better rower. Okay? So first, you get in the door to seat race by a 2,000 meter sport, which is weight adjusted. Okay? It's also age adjusted. It's something we do personally. Okay? It's not something you'll find anywhere else. Okay? We do age adjusted as well. If someone is younger, but they're crushing it, but they're 12, and they're, whatever, that's good too. All right? You got it? So age adjusted, weight adjusted. We want to invest in people that we feel are doing the right things. Okay? So age adjusted, weight adjusted. And 2 weeks out, you'll know. And then from that erg score, we'll do a seat race on the water. Okay? Sometimes it's pretty cut and dry, all good, but we'll do a seat race on the water. So everybody gets a fair shot, and that's how you move on. Okay? To 2,000 meter sport. Any questions about selection and how we get votings? Okay, cool. Regatta Central, it's a website. It's how we go through our stuff. I'll just show you. If you want to go on your phones, you can see and follow along with me. Regatta Central. All right, cool. This is Regatta Central. This is where all of my money goes all the time. Okay, here we go. So this is the first regatta I've signed up for. It took a while. So here, this is the one. Great Head of Charles, yada yada yada, costs a lot of money, blah blah. So here's an example just to show you. Okay. Alright, here are our entries for the Head of Charles. Okay? So this is to give you a behind the scenes look. Don't take down my credit card number. Oh, it's ending at 85 days. Alright, cool. I don't know what the hell that is. But yeah. Don't take that down. That'd be nice. Or if you got like points on your card and you were transferring over, that's cool too. Or like miles or whatever. So 8588. Okay. Anyway. So this is how it goes. So Head of Charles, I paid for this in August. So I got to pay for these routes ahead of time before we do. Okay. So there's some wait list requests, but these are our entries. Again, never mind the names, just placeholders. So this regatta itself cost us. Do a fancy calculation here. So this regatta costs us. This is how we do regatta fees. Okay, everything's really easy. Just to show you what that is. So this regatta cost us. What do we have? We got more dues. Got entries full. So 2,450. So 2,3210. Okay. So 3210. We have 9 entries, and let's just say that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So our entries. You can all go see this, by the way, too, which is cool. I don't think you can see my invoice, but you can see our entries. You go to entries. Port Jefferson Rowing Club. That means okay. My entries, right? Okay, cool. Here are our entries. So I'm going to count the names. Okay, we got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 kids. Right at 20. Okay, 3210. Okay, plus, let's say it's hotel for us to go is budget 150 a night. So 150 times 2, $300 for hotel, whatever. And to say it costs $100 in gas to get there, something like that. Okay, so do that. That's 3610 divided by 20. That's $180 per person for this regatta. this is an expensive regatta, okay? This is expensive, but they're around 100 mostly. So Head of the Fish, we have more. It's like the least amount of people go to this per cost, but that really, really goes down when we have the larger regattas. Like Head of the Riverfront could be $50 because we have a billion people going. Yeah? That's how we do the regatta fees. Cool. Notice how it didn't say anything about money being made. We're just trying to make the line what it is. We lose money. We don't charge extra for regattas. That's for you guys. Okay? Any questions about that? That's a big. In the past, we charged for the ARCs like Fancy did it. Safe sport, very important. Okay? No parents are allowed the trailer unless we invite you to the trailer and have and we talk about it. So if you're interested in being by the trailer, come talk to us at the regatta. Now, other places in the regatta are great. You can go by the shore, by the vendors, and there's no really viewing capability by the trailer. So the only reason you got by the trailer is to, I don't know, be by the kid more, was the kids by the trailer a lot, right? But we need them by the trailer because it helps the logistics, and we don't want them to be other places, okay? When you're on a regatta, you're on a business trip, okay? It's not like a carnival. We're there to do well and then leave, okay? Have fun too, but we're there to leave, right? We're not there to like, whatever. So, we will, if you're interested in being by the trailer and you're over 18 years old, you can be there, either talk to us, and then we will determine if we think that we need you at the trailer. We don't want to just like have people there for no reason. Need you for help, and then also to get you Safe Sport certified, which is like kind of like this like 2-hour long class, and it needs to be there because Safe Sport is required for any adults around juniors in that environment. Okay, so we want you by the trailer if you either they are helpful, and then also Safe Sport. Cool. Any questions about that? Okay. And then trailer loading, everybody's got to be there to load and all that stuff. Cool. U.S. rowing membership, who's done that? Raise your hand if you have a U.S. rowing membership. Great. Raise your hand if you don't have a U.S. rowing membership. Okay, you have a U.S. rowing membership. Okay. And that's just for the kids, for the masters, those are the parents. And I will post again how that is if you know. Okay, just go on usrowing.org and all that.
Parents need the Safe Sport for like letting their kids launch, carry orders, and pick shoes up.
Yep. Any interaction. Yep. Yeah, there'll be, yeah, they cannot be with the kid at all in our environment if they're not. So I'm saying they can't go to the beach. You can't go walk onto the beach and like be with the, like you can be by the picnic tables and all stuff over there and hanging out, we chat. But if they're at the racks, they're gonna have to be safe. It's really cool. Okay. A lot of weirdos out there. Not out of you, but just we all know. Okay. We're almost done, right? Okay, you want to add that's it, right? Good. 12:20. Okay. Did you want to add anything? Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Remember that big part? Remember that stupid stuff? Remember that splish splash? Splish splash? It's cool. It's fun. You gotta get that. And these lifeguards are like doing the scanning. Have you seen that? Crazy. I don't remember that at all when I was a kid. Cool. All right. Thanks for coming. All right. Welcome to stay, bagel, enjoy scenery, and hang out. Cool. All right. See you later.
One last thing.
Oh, do you have your time?
Yeah, no, my brain is.
Yeah, but there was a time. Okay.
So I just thought of it. Do you want to talk about uniforms getting set up for new people?
You can talk to them personally. Yeah, if you need to do a talk to Anna. Okay. Yeah. Or yeah, I'll send out some of the sports youth operation. Okay. SBS